Hello everybody and welcome to the Wanted Goons 110 at Sonoma Raceway here in the Wanted Goons Cup Series. Week 2 of Season 10 brings us out to Sonoma, California. 37 drivers in the session right now, qualifying getting underway as we speak. Like Patrick O'Keefe going to be our first one out. .55 laps tonight. Stage 1 ends at lap 14. Stage 2 ends at lap 28. Makes up for 110 miles in total during the race. This track just under 2 miles in length. Keep that beautiful 71 Toyota Camry there. And everybody should be, or most of these guys should be getting around to take their first lap under green here in just a moment as Patrick rolls through the hairpin. And we'll take you on board with 71. Last road course win came at Watkins Glen back in Season 7. Looking to recapture that magic here tonight. Like a clean turns 1 and 2. Looking good so far in that 71. A little bit of that curve right there. Still looking good. Very clean lap. They do have 2 laps, so for everybody's going to be a little bit easier on lap 1. Just make sure they get a decent lap time in, and then they're going to push a little bit harder on lap 2. Especially since the tires will be warmed up by then. That's the way I would do it. Down into the hairpin, turn 11. This is going to be the calamity corner all night. Now down toward the front straightaway to complete his first lap. There you go. That's the lap around Sonoma Raceway. That lap going to be a 1:14.6 for Patrick O'Keefe. Very good lap time there, but Wolfenbarger says no, this is a good lap time. Very good laps there from those two. They'll be 1 and 2 on the board right now. Wolfenbarger was fastest in practice. No surprise here. Fastest on lap 1 in qualifying. Oh, little squirrely there. Return 6. We got out there Dennis Benz up to 4th, 1:14.9. So we got 5 drivers in the 1:14 bracket at the moment. Wolfenbarger going to round through the final corner here, turn 11 through the hairpin. I guess coming up is technically the final corner, but it's just a little bend. And down to the line to complete lap 2 for the 32 team. 1:14.7, so slower on lap 2. Blake Giglio, the OG Gear 16. Or that Wanted Goons crew. Bradley Wilson jumps up to 2nd on the board. He's in the middle of lap 2. 51. Got the Red Bull headlight shadow on there. Looking like SVG. We all know what SVG was able to do at this track in real life. And oh, off of the ink right there. And that's going to invalidate his lap time. So lap 2 not going to count for that 51. Over to Brantley Bryant. Last week's winner at Daytona. And it looks like this lap not going to count. So he's going to start in the back. If Price in the 19. Working lap 1 right now. We got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in qualifying, so you've got plenty of time. Looks like Jeff gonna miss the hairpin there, so he's gonna have to try on lap 2. Ian Montrose in the 1 was unable to attend last week due to some technicalities. Would have loved to have him there. It just didn't work out. Oh man, he gets loose. Heading down into turn 1. That's gonna... Oh, he was on lap 3 anyway. He had completed his laps 118.25. Gonna be the lap to count there for the 1 team. Got Blake Giglio coming around to complete his 2nd lap. First lap was a 115.0, so that's going to put him 8th for now. We'll see if he can improve on lap 2. Right now, it's not looking promising. But through the hairpin, he gains a couple of tenths there, so might be able to get a little deeper into the 114s. Across the line, not quite. 1/10 slower than his first lap, 115.1. Michael Christopher, the 22 Takeoff Driving School Mustang. Got 31 lap times in right now. Getting a little bit of the curb there for the 22. Lap is looking better than his first. See if he can finish it off. Down into the hairpin. Looking good. Off the final corner. Looks like he's up almost a half a second on his first lap. And across the line. 116.8, so that will allow him to improve up to 23rd. And Jeremy Scherer looks like he's going to be our last car out on track. Garrett Wolfenbarger looks to be on the pole position. This lap for Scherer not looking better than his first. Across the line, 119.7. That was our final qualifier. We got a minute left. Alright, let's get a word with our pole sitter if we can.
Oh.
Hey Garrett, it's Lucas. Got me?
What's up?
Hey man, well, on the pole position here tonight. Feeling good. You already won I think a couple of road courses here in this series, so gotta be feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Satisfied with that quality run there. Glad to get a 3. in practice, depending on the weather and stuff. I wasn't know where we were going to be at time-wise, but glad to get the pole here, and hopefully we could just have a nice, smooth race with no wrecks. That'd be great. That'd be great. If we could just do that and have a nice race. The caution thing I'm a little sketchy about. Don't know when I should pit, really. Still trying to figure out the team, what lap we're thinking on pitting with the stages and everything. So I think it'll be a good race, though.
Absolutely, man. Good luck. Go discuss with your team.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so that's the talk tonight. When are you going to pit? When do you come down and take that risk? We have the possibility of a random caution, or 2 or 3 throughout the race. It's all random, so who knows? And then we can also get a caution if there's a big wreck somewhere, things like that. But yeah, that's what these drivers are probably talking about right now. Everybody in the field, when do we pit? When do we come down? Do you factor in the stages? You got the stages at 14 and 28, which means you could stay out on fuel all the way past through both stages. Since they're rolling stages, you don't need to come down at all under yellows or anything. If there is no yellows, it's possible there will be, but they will not be forced yellows for stage breaks. So these drivers could stay out. I think their fuel window is something upwards of 40 laps they can make on a tank, so they could go up until 15 laps to go on fuel. The question is, do your tires make it, and do you want to stay out that long? Because if a caution comes out and you haven't pit for fuel yet, that means everybody else who pit will be able to stay out and take that track position from you. So that's going to be the game tonight. Let's go through our grid for tonight's race. Garrett Wolfenbarger on the pole position. Good lap there from Garrett. Bradley Wilson going to start on his outside in second. Dennis Ben's going to be starting in third tonight. Better camera on these guys. There we go. Hayden Lowe going to be starting in fourth. Patrick O'Keefe going to be starting fifth. Nolan Walker in sixth. Ronnie Holmes going to be starting seventh. Blake Giglio in eighth. Casey Graves in 9th, Garrett Warren in 10th, Brian Martin in 11th, Jacob Peterson 12th, Cole Owen 13th, Davis Greenwell 14th, and we're going to take a quick break. I do need to hand out a couple of penalties, so sorry about that. Just need to take a quick second here to do that, and we'll be on our way back to going through the grid. Really quickly, sorry. Okay. Okay, back to the grid. Where were we? Davis Greenwell starting 14th. Grant 11 starting 15th. John Neckert starting 16th. Ryan File starting 17th. Cody Cleaver starting 18th. Jamie Graham 19th. Trevor Trago 20th. Dakota Lee 21st. Brad Pett 22nd. Michael Christopher 23rd. Gonna take a quick babysitting session here. Looks like it's been settled. Okay, where were we? Michael Christopher 23rd. Jesse Jones 24th. Matthew Blackley 25th. Nick Leo 26th. Jeff Price starting from the pits. Should have been 27th, but we'll be rolling from the pits. No problem there. Mateo Ortiz 28th. Quinn Newton 29th. Ian Montrose 30th. Jeremy Scherer 31st. Alex Allen 32nd. Nick Cooper 33rd. Brantley Bryant 34th. Cliff Mullins 35th. Kenny Frisbee 36th. And Daniel Llewellyn 37th. Flag in the air. Good start for the 32. Side by side in the turn one. Nolan Walker's going around. He saved it. Somehow they made it through. I thought for sure there was going to be a big wreck there. Glad they did. Oh, we got a car around Cody Cleaver. And a few more cars off in turn 3 right there. Casey Graves, one of them. And looks like, I think that was the 04, Garrett Warren. Also around off there in the runoff in turn 3. And Wolfenbarger going to lead lap 1. Teammate Bradley Wilson close behind. Dennis Benz there in 3rd. Hayden Lowell 4th. Patrick O'Keefe back in 5th now. Still hanging on that top 5 though. That top 5, you can throw them under a blanket. They're all right there. Ronnie Holmes a little bit farther behind. And you got Brian Martin and Blake Giglio fighting for that 7th spot. Brian's got a little bit of front end damage on that Mustang. More problems back here. That was the 91 of Scherer. Was off on the left side there, out of turn 2. Barger leads lap 2. Just as a reminder, as Bradley Wilson sets the fastest lap of the race, from 2nd spot. As a reminder, stage 1 ends on end of lap 14. No stage break. I'm going to keep saying that, just to make sure. At that point, top 10 will be handed out points. No stage break. Alright, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. And then stage 2 will end, and at the end of lap 28, where then top 10 will be paid out in points. But I would say the fuel window to make it to the end of the race opens somewhere around 15 to 20, depending on how you're driving it. So we might see some cars try to flip the stage, or flip the whole race on its head and go as early as they can. We'll see some drivers try to wait as long as they can after the end of stage 2. Got some battles in the back here. Casey Graves started up in 9th, but that turn 2 incident, let's see if we can take a look back at that really quickly. And lap 1, back it up to Casey Graves here, entering turn 1 on the first lap. That's turn 3 actually. 09, Toll Owen gets into the rear end of the 01, and that takes the 04 with him. Dennis Menz didn't catch that at first, but Dennis Menz now with the fastest lap of the race. Rookie here in the Cup Series, making his presence known. He is closed in on these top 2. Right on board with him here. Overcooked the hairpin a little bit right there. Had to check up to make the corner. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Sure, if that was a white flag lap or a few laps to go, he probably would have just sent it into the 51's bumper to slow down, but way too early for that. Got 51 laps to go still in this race. Take a little bit, look a little bit farther back. Got a big mess right here. A lot of cars too wide through the hairpin. Casey Graves working over Michael Christopher in the 22. And he will get around for that 22nd spot. Davis Greenwell gets by Toll Owen for the 11th spot, knocking on the door of top 10. Jacob Peterson hanging on to the top 10 right now, another one of our rookies here this season. And it looks like we have some pits. Jeff Price on pit road. 88 of Quinn Newton is also on pit road. And the 23 of Daniel Llewellyn. He's got major damage on that 23. See if you can see what happened. Gets loose heading into the first corner and right into the tire barrier and then now into the concrete. Now that's going to be probably race over for the 23 team. I think Michael Christopher might have had an issue here. He dropped down to 33rd. Let's see what happens. Oh man, coming off the hill. Car goes around right in front of Nick Cooper. No damage to that 22, so he'll just be hoping for a caution now. Back up, check in with the leaders. The battle is heating up. Bradley Wilson all over the back bumper of that 32 for the lead. Dennis Benz, he's not giving up that fight either. He is right there. As for the rest of the top 5, Hayden Lowell falling a little bit back from these guys, a couple seconds back as he gets the ball right there, coming to the line. Then Patrick O'Keefe about a second off of Hayden Lowell. Then it's almost 3 seconds back to Ronnie Holmes in 6th. And it's, you got Brian Martin, Blake Giglio. These two have been together all race so far. Battle for 31st. Mullins, Allen, and Christopher. Oh, Allen gets the tire back right there in the hairpin. That's going to kill that car. Oh, no. Let's watch that again from his nose camera. Oh, man. Right into the tires. Just cut the corner a little too close. That's probably going to be a DNF there. I'm not sure if they can get that fixed. Tough end of the night for the 99 early on in this race. Leaders have spread out just a little bit. On board with the 32, looking back at the second and third place cars. Alright, 6 to go right now in the stage, or coming to 6 to go, sorry. See what happened. Looks like an incident with Trevor Trago and Nick Cooper here. This is turn 7. Trevor Trago, a little bit of a blink there in it. That was weird. Looks like it netcode contacted the 35 from way over there. interesting. Well, I'm not sure if that gave 35 damage somehow. Either way, it checked him up a lot. Rolling in that 23rd spot right now. Casey Graves might have just gone off track. Take a look at what happened. Oh, Nick Leo goes around in front of him, and Casey nowhere to go. Casey not having a good night so far. 01 team could not catch a break. And yet he is still inside the top 20. So, still a good recovery for what has happened so far for that team. Back to the leaders. 51's reeled the 32 back in. 34 still lurking in the background. Oh, squirrely there for the 32. Giglio and Martin still battling for the 7th spot. Giglio's got to run, heading down into the hairpin. Looks to the inside, not going to get there. They have come up on the 57 of Ronnie Holmes, as we have Mateo Ortiz coming down pit road. He just picked up a black flag. Might have been speeding. Four laps to go on the stage. Top 3 still under a blanket. Ronnie Holmes trying to fend off the 54 and the 16. Now the 77 Nolan Walker has joined this party as well. Ryan gets super loose heading into turn 7. Giglio trying to get by the 57 as well, and he does. Like Montrose going to get by Ryan File for 16th. Checking in our leaders. Dennis Menz, real close to that 51. What can he do? This place notoriously tough to pass at. Not a lot of passing zones. Your biggest one is definitely going to be into the hairpin in turn 11. But it's hard to get close enough. Like Trevor Trego has come down pit road. I think that's going to put him a lap down, though. So he's going to have to hope the caution doesn't come out before everybody else pits. And we are 2 to go in the stage. Leader's got a little lap traffic ahead. 69 and Nick Leo in danger going 1 lap down. Cody Cleaver looks like he went up. Oh man, that's some bad damage for the 2-car. See what happened. 2-car coming through the S's. Car just gets a little unstable on him and flips back straight into this tire barrier. That's going to be severe damage for the number 2. That thing's not even turning for him. Casey Graves gets by Ian Montrose. Back up to the leaders. Same story as it's been so far this race. Giglio still trying to work on that 54, so same story there for the 6th spot now. John Neckrich working over Jacob Peterson. No, Peterson's going to get by Neckrich, so we got Peterson up to 14th. He was up inside the top 10. I think he might have had an issue at some point, but still hanging on to a solid finish if he maintains this. Hayden Lowell actually reeling these leaders in. He's about 2.2 seconds off of men's right now, so he's got some work to do, but stage 1 is complete. Kind of got wrapped up in things, so there you go. Stage 1 results up on screen. I thought. There they are, stage 1 results. Wolfenbarger wins the stage, Bradley Wilson 2nd, Dennis Benz 3rd, Hayden Lowell 4th, Patrick O'Keefe 5th. There's the rest of them. Wolfenbarger going to pick up those 10 stage points and 1 playoff point. Now we move on to stage 2. So, stage 2 will end at the end of lap 28. We got a bit to go, 13 laps to go in this stage right now. Look back, looks like Frisbee trying to get by Matthew Blackley. While we're looking at Kenny's car, I want to make a quick shout out to the Wanted Goons for sponsoring this season of the Cup Series, as well as sponsoring this race, the Wanted Goons 110. Go check out the Wanted Goons. One of the best esports orgs I've ever seen. Beautiful KFD car right there. It is amazing how close these leaders have been this whole run. I mean, 17 laps and going, and haven't really pulled away from each other. Men's looks like maybe falling off the back of them a little bit, but I mean, he's still within a second, so definitely not out of the question. I think it's a combination of dirty air and it's just tough to pass. I think this 51 would probably be able to pull away if he could get in clean air. I mean, just being able to stay there for this long, I think that means he's got a little bit of speed advantage, but just can't find a way around this 32. I mean, they're so close in speed, it's going to be tough for him to make that pass. There's more lap traffic ahead. 80 and Jamie Graham going to go one lap down. Oh, the 22 and 37 go around ahead of the leaders. Luckily, they were able to avoid him. They spin off to the right side. Let's take a look here. Michael Christopher. Oh, he just washes up a little bit off turn 6. And catches the quarter panel of the 82. See if we can back it up on the nose camera. A little bit of ascend in turn 6. And I think the 82 just wanted to take the corner normally. 22 kind of sent it in on the inside a little bit late. Both their cars were okay, but Mike Chris seems to have towed it to the garage. Men's sent to the inside, maybe not. I think he might have just missed turn 1 a little bit. Yeah, he fell off a little bit. I thought he was going to send it to the inside of the 51 there. Would have been an interesting place to do it. Hayden Lowell has reeled these guys in a little bit. He's now down to just over a little bit under a second and a half behind the 34. So, oh, what was that? I think that was Mateo Ortiz. Yeah, he was around off turn 6 as well. Ryan File trying to hold off Brantley Bryant. One of Goons' cars. Like Blackley and Frisbee still battling for the 22nd spot. Two road course races on the... Ooh, wow. Squirrely there for the 18 and the 41. Two road course races on the schedule this season. This obviously being one of them. Our next will be in the playoffs at the Charlotte Roval, the new configuration, assuming iRacing gets it out by then. If they don't have it out by then, we got big problems. As these two we were looking at are about to be lapped by our leaders. As Menz sends us to the inside of the 51, there's a move for second. Not going to be able to do it there. That was a good move. Just couldn't make it stick on exit. Devin to Brad Patton. We haven't talked about him much. That's because he's kind of on an island here in this 12th spot. Next car ahead of him is 7 seconds ahead. Next car behind... I'm sorry, 2 seconds ahead. And the next car behind is 4 seconds back. So, 7 car kind of locked into the spot at the moment. Another one, Dakota Lee, having a good night. Just flying under the radar in that 3 in the 13th spot. Casey Graves, he's worked his way back up to 14th. You got John Neckrich there in the 15th spot. Aaron Warren in 16th. We saw him. He got involved in that incident with the 01 as well, so he's made a good rebound. Davis Greenwell up inside the top 10. I was talking to him before the race. He felt good about this. Had some practice laps last night in another series at this same racetrack, and well, practice seems to be paying off right now, running inside the top 10. That 20 car looking good. While we were away, Dennis Benz, I think, tried again in turn 6 to get around this 51 car. Saw them trade places briefly. But again, was unable to do it. Hayden Lowell has lost some time again. Might have had a slight problem there. Lavin looks like had an issue. Let's take a look. Oh, went off out of turn 6. Hard contact with the inside wall. Look back at our leaders. Same order as before. Nolan Walker also had a problem here, maybe in the hairpin. Yeah, rear tires locked up. Car goes around. There was a few spots. Falls back to 9th. And Kenny Frisbee sounds like gets into Hayden Lowell here. 18 locks up. And oh man, they just come together. And Hayden's going to lose some spots. His car's okay. Both their cars are okay. Contact wasn't bad, but 56 going to bleed some positions. .23, 6 laps to go in the stage. Wolfbarger still up front, Wilson still in second, Men still in third. And a move for the lead, Wilson to the outside in turn 6. Now side by side through turn 7. Menz gets into the back of the 51. And a caution is out. Our random yellow has flown. And Wolfenbarger hangs on to the lead. That was scary. That caution had come out 3 seconds sooner, and Wilson would have had the lead. Alright, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of pit stops taking place here. The question is, do you stay out here to be able to get that track position for stage 2, but you will completely screw the rest of your race in track position because you'll have to come down for fuel again most likely. There are a few cars who have taken fuel already. It looks like 27th on back have all come down pit road at least once this race. But everybody else has not been down pit road at all, so they're going to have to pit at some point between now and the end of this race. Do they come now and put themselves in a good spot to finish well, or do they try to get some stage points? We will see. As we'll probably go back green, I think 2 or 3 laps to go until the end of stage 2. I think it'll be 2 to go. It'll be a green, white, and green. No checker, because no stage break. Again, that is our random caution. It was not for a cause. It was just a random chance of it happening, and everybody in the lead coming down except for the 41 at Blackley, so he's going to get a lucky dog or wave around here. I think it's going to be a lucky dog, but Wolfmarker leads him down pit road. And Wolfbarger, 4 tires, is going to win the race off pit road. But Toll Owen going to stay out on the racetrack, try to get himself some stage points here. He'll take over that lead. So the first time we've had a different leader all night comes under this caution. There's that 09, our new leader. You see, looks like a lot of these cars, about 4 wave rounds. Alright, Wolfenbarger going to take the right lane. I'm sorry, he's not the leader. Owen takes the left lane. And pace car pulls off. He can go anytime from now until the green flag comes out. And green flag back in the air here at Sonoma. 56, Hayden Lowell, he's in the wall. Oh, up front, issues the 51, the 56 goes around. Not quite, now they're going around. They're off the track. So that just took a lot of leaders way back in this field. Ronnie Holmes looked like he's gone off the start of the S's. That car's got a lot of damage. We'll take a look at the replays of these incidents when able. Right now, we want to stay live to the end of the stage. Holmes, he's got a lot of damage on that 57. Giglio retakes the lead. White flag in stage 2. If Brian Martin gets loose, he's going around. Somehow everybody avoids him. He was stopped right in the middle of the track, and that's going to drop him way down the order. So now Giglio out to the lead. Coming to the end of stage 2. Wolfenbarger, who led a majority of this race, now finds himself in 12th, gets loose right there. The car seems okay. He's got a little bit of right rear damage, but the wheels all seem straight. Giglio going through the final set of corners here. And looks like he's going to come across and get the stage win gifted to him here. And off final corner, Blake Giglio wins stage 2, followed by Hayden Wall and Bradley Wilson, the top 3. Once the top 10 cross the line, we'll take a look at our stage 2 results. Alright, results up on screen for stage 2. Giglio with the win. Hayden Wall second, Bradley Wilson third, Dennis Menz fourth, and Nolan Walker fifth. The rest's right there on screen. Alright, let's see if we can back it up really quick. Take a look at what happened on the drop of the green. Contact with the 51 and 32. Sends them both into the wall. Then the 56 gets in there. 71 gets in there deep. Takes the 32 out with him. I think we got most of the problems right there. And if we go a little bit farther ahead, Dakota Lee gets into the 7. What ends up happening to the 7 after he gets turned around. The 20 of Greenwell gets a piece of it. Oh, 1 of Casey Graves gets caught up in another one that he had nothing to do with. And that is how that happened. Now we take a look at what happened to the 57 of Ronnie Holmes. He just gets loose there, I think. Coming into the S's. The one we got, Trevor Trago. Oh, over the hill, or coming up to the hill, gets loose. And looks like we got one more here. Brian Martin in the 54. That's the one we saw live. Him and the 51 get together. That was pretty heavy damage for the 51 of Wilson on that one. Alright, let's get back to live racing. Blake Giglio's still out in the lead. Hayden Wall second, Bradley Wilson third, Dennis Menz fourth, Nolan Walker fifth, so pretty much the same order they finished the stage in, I think. And Davis Greenwell in that 6th spot. He has really improved his position since that caution. Take a look at Toll Owen. He had yet to pit. Oh, and he's got a meatball. What happened to Toll? Oh, so he got... That's weird. I'm not sure what happened with the 09 here. Oh, that's... Ah, sorry guys. Alright. 09, oh, he's got the damage already there. We can back it up a little bit more. The 09 coming to the end of the stage, gets loose, coming to the stage. So if I take a look back, go back to live. Oh man! Men's gets moved by Bradley Wilson. And now Men's back by the 51. Casey Graves gets around the 71 and Patrick O'Keefe. Contact with the 80 and the 71. The 71 goes around. The 7 of Patton just slams into the 71. And bad night gets worse for the 71, and he's going to tow it. Let's back it up. I think we know how that one started, but just for good measure, we'll take another look at it here. 71 and 80 just get together. I think the 80 kind of pinched off the corner, and then they just keep driving into each other, it looks like. And the 7, I mean, it doesn't even look like he tries to slow up for it. He just hopes the 71 moves in time. Wolfenbarger making a move on Davis Greenwald. He's going to move up into 6th. Greenwald goes way wide there. Now he's under fire from the 35 Nick Cooper. Giglio still out front. Tate Lowell still in that 2nd position. See what kind of battles we got going on right now. Greenwald trying to hold off this whole line of cars behind him. Wow, that's a nice group he's got. "18 cars on the lead lap. 32 Wolfenbarger on the back bumper. This 82 car on Mullins. Mullins, I don't know. I think he might have got ran off a little bit there. I'm not sure, but he goes off. A little off-road moment. Dakota Lee is towed to pit road. What happened to Dakota? Coming over the hill. Hits the curb, and the car goes straight into the tire barriers. Hard left front contact. And he's on pit road getting repairs. Tate Lowell's closed in on our leader, Giglio. Caution is out once again. Another random yellow. The chances of 2 of them happening tonight were fairly low. So this is going to completely flip all this over. Coming to 20 to go here. And I don't know, these tires haven't gone very long for most of these guys, so I don't think we'll see many people pit. But anything's possible. Everybody should be good on fuel here from here, I would think. But this is going to close this field back up, and any grievances that existed from the last restart, it's all going to boil over here, I think. This caution couldn't have come at a worse time in this race. I mean, maybe, 5 to go probably would have been a lot worse, but this is going to flip things on their head, and I'll just to sit back and see what happens here. But that is our second caution of the night for the random yellow. Alright, Giglio in the lead here. Into the pits. Pits should be open right here. See if anybody decides to come down. Hayden Lowell looking like he's maybe coming in. Giglio does come in. Hayden Lowell stays out. Then you got Bradley Wilson coming in. So split decision right now for the field. Looks like Wolfenbarger down. Greenwell. Nick Cooper's down pit road, so very, very split decision here. But your leader, Blake Giglio, is going to elect to give up track position and get some better tires on that 16. And I think actually most of our lead lap cars came down right here. Top 3 stayed out. Hayden Lowell, Dennis Menz, and Nolan Walker all staying out on those 12-lap old tires. Giglio, obviously, he's going to take 4. I think everybody else is as well. Giglio wins the race off pit road, followed by Bradley Wilson, Garrett Wolfbarger, and Greenwell, Cooper, and Warren and Martin there. Running out the top 10. I don't think it is at this track. iRacing is very hit or miss when it comes to the commitment cones. Sometimes they actually do something and sometimes they don't. I think most tracks these days, they don't do anything as long as you don't hit that yellow cone, which is normally the actual commitment cone. We'll see if we can... Oh no, you're not going to be able to see it here. I think it's when you go all the way around the bend is the yellow cone. So as long as you don't hit that wall, you can go in or out whenever you want. So that makes it tricky. I'm sure in real life that commitment box would be about 20 feet before that wall, but we're not so lucky in here. I've never seen somebody fake it that late at this track. You run the risk of running over that cone, getting it stuck somewhere. Pace car lights are out. Looks like the 56 going to take the right lane. So we have 18 cars on the lead lap. Alright, pace car is off. 56 can get on the gas at any time from here until the green flag. And back on the gas for the 56 machine. Oh, the 7 of Brad Patton goes around. Coming to the green flag. Oh, can these cars get by? They do. For the lead. We might have had some contact back there. I'm going to stay with the leaders for now. Aiden Lowell out front, Dennis Menz second. Giglio third. Top two. Still on those older tires. The other car that stayed out, 77, he's falling back a ways. So he might have had an issue there when we were looking at the 7. Back it up really quick, see what happened to the 77 of Nolan Walker. Like a 2X, so I think he might have just got loose, and he did, going up the hill. That 77 goes around. I think nobody else collected, so he's going to hurt his own race there. 16 laps to go in this race. Goons 110. Dennis Menz close behind Hayden Lowell for the lead. Blake Giglio on those new tires. First car on new tires. He's hanging on to this third spot. But he's got Bradley Wilson hungry behind him. Oh, the 34! Out of shape. I think it might have been off the 16's nose. And that allows Giglio to get up to second. Now the Wolfenbarger looking to the inside of the 34 as well. A little bit of contact. 32 runs wide. 34 is going to maintain that 4th spot. Again, that 34, he's on older tires on all these cars around him, so he's going to be surviving the rest of this race. I'm so glad tire wear is a thing at these road courses again in the next-gen car. For so long, I think it was 2.5 years, somewhere around there, the tires would get better as the run went on in these cars. So it was a tough time to live through, but we're out of it now, and tires actually wear off. You can take tires and it'll help you. As we're seeing right now, 16 and 51, they're making ground up on that 56. On board with the 16 as he tries to chase down Hayden Lowell for the lead. He takes a way tighter line. That might have been a scare tactic right there. He faked to the inside there going into turn 1. I don't know if he overcooked the corner or if that was by design, but that was cool nonetheless. I thought he was going for a late send. 56 gets loose ahead of him. Blake hitting that square to intimidate right now. I think we might have had an issue with the 20 and the 1. One car, Ian Machos. It's like he turns right into the 20. Maybe the 20 was crowding him. I don't know, but they come together and the 20 goes around. Davis was having a really good day. Now he's back in 17th. Also had an issue with the 18 of Kenny Frisbee. Jacob Peterson goes around in front of him and doesn't lock the brakes down. I think he was just trying to get out of the way, but Kenny tried to avoid it to the right side. And that was at the same time as the 20 going around, so not a good sequence of events for those two one of Goons cars. Lowell still trying to defend the 16 and the 51. Top 3 under a blanket. Wolfenbarger was eventually able to get around the 34. Dennis Benz now holding on to the top 5 though. There. Wow. Still in a good position right now. Top 5 would be really good for this car. He was running up inside that top 3 there for first half of this race, but things didn't swing his way on that restart. But still, again, finds himself in a really good spot. Just got to keep it there. Eating a lot of that curve there through the S's. Back, Brad Patton on the back bumper, Nolan Walker. It's a battle for 15th. Laps to go. Back up to the leaders. 16. He cuts a bit of a tighter entry up there into. Oh, they're getting close. 16 had a really good run right there. What's he gonna be able to do with it? If this goes on for too much longer, we know Blake. He's not afraid to use that bumper. I'm sure he'll try. Same with the 51. All 3 of these guys, they'd love to. Oh, the 16 gets loose off turn 6. Got too much to the curb. That gets him loose. He got some damage on that left front. I don't think it's going to hurt him too bad, but got to be a little bit down on aero if it didn't get the wheel. I think all 3 of these guys up front have a little bit of damage somewhere on their car. Hayden's got a little bit on his right front. Blake's got some on his left front now. And I think the 51's also got some on his left front. So they should be nice and even. As there's the bumper to the 56 from the 16. Not too aggressive yet. They're coming to 10 laps to go. He's got time. He's definitely the faster car. He's got better tires. And we're talking about these three, but the 32 Wolfenbarger, we bring up on the tower just how many laps he's led already. 23 laps led for the 32. Got hooked on that first restart and has been crawling back up since, but now he's up here in the battle for the lead. He's now top 4, all under a blanket here. This is going to get good. And now Blake, he sees 2 cars in his mirror. At some point, he's got to make this move, otherwise the move's going to be made on him. Wow, they are so close. This is probably going to get crazy here into the hairpin. (16) 32 makes the send on the 51. Now they're side by side off the hairpin. Wilson going to hold on to that spot. The 16, now he's all over the back bumper, this 56. Down through turn 1. 16 tries to give the bumper to him, wasn't lined up good. That would have ended up with the 56 turned around the wrong way. What can the 16 do? He's running out of time. If it was just him and Hayden here, I'd say he's got plenty of time, but with the threat of these 2 cars behind him, who seem to be just as fast, if not faster, than that 16. And there it is! The bumper to the from the 32 to the 51 through to the 16. Somehow nobody wrecks there. That's going to check all of them up. The 56 going to get away a little bit. 3 wanted Goons cars, 2nd through 4th. Can one of them get by this 56 before the end of this race? Eight laps to go here at Sonoma. I think this place has really put on a good race up to this point. The cautions got a little crazy. For an entertainment standpoint, they were great, but for a racing standpoint, it really flipped this race around. Some people got the wrong end of the stick, and I wish I could take them back, but the computer decided that's when it was happening, and it is unfortunate. Maybe we'll look at letting these things go green in the future, letting them play out. A lot less exciting that way, but oh, 16 gives another bump to the 56. But the point of the random yellows was just to imitate real life, kind of that added chance of what they call a debris caution in real life. We all know what they're actually pulling then. But that's what happens in real life. Cautions come out, strategies get flipped around, and well, the wrecky restarts are the unfortunate side effect of that. I cannot believe the 56 hasn't been just moved out of the way yet. They're being so patient. Oh, Hayden is absolutely running for his life right now. I would not pee on him if... That's... Oh man, we got some 50s... Hayden's got some haters in chat. 51 and 32, they fell off a little bit right there. 16, another bumper to the 56. 6 laps to go. So I think this is the longest road course race we've ever done in this league, so guys are definitely going through it in terms of the endurance side of it. It's 50% length of the real life race, so it's definitely a long one, not something these guys are used to. Usually they've done 45 minute to 50-minute road course races, somewhere around the 80 to 90 mile range. Now we're up to 110 miles, so it's been a long one, but I've enjoyed it. I think the endurance as the strategy definitely makes them drive a little more level-headed. Coming to 5 to go. Longer this run goes, tire advantage is going to go away for these cars that took tires, and the 16 tries to give the bumper again, ends up getting himself loose actually. There is no win and you're into these playoffs, so that win isn't absolutely necessary for these guys, and I'm sure they're aware of that too. A nice podium finish is way better than possibly wrecking out of this thing and finishing 30th. Contact 51-32, teammates. The 51 still hangs on to 3rd. These two are having fun. I can pretty much assure you there's no bad blood there. They're just having a good time. But I'm sure Garrett would like the chance to get up there and fight for the lead at some point. As the 51 goes off into the grass, that's going to open the door for Wolfenbarger. Into the hairpin they go. Wolfie's got the advantage, and he's going to take over 3rd. Side by side for the lead as we talk about that. Blake sticking his nose out there. He's still there into turn 1. What can he do? He runs a little bit wide. I think he got the marbles. Contacts with the 56. He gave the bumper to him. He moves him up out of the way, and the 16 out of the lead. How does the 56 react? Tries to give the bumper to him there. 16 sends it in deep to avoid it. Now the 16's off in the grass. Hayden Lowell back to the lead. Oh, all that work. I think it's been 10 laps of fighting to get by Hayden. All for him to go back to 2nd in a matter of 2 corners. Oh, that's devastating. 4 laps to go now. And that allowed the 32 and 51 to close right back up. '16, huge shot to the 56 into the hairpin, and the Hayden goes around. That's going to do it for the 56 up front. 16 ran out of patience there, and I don't think Hayden's going to be too keen about that one. Comes out right in front of Nick Cooper in 5th, and now Giglio has to defend on the 32 and 51. The 32 of Wolfenbarger led it the most laps in this race, and now he has a chance to take the lead back with 3 laps to go. 56 not happy on the radio with the 16. Through the S's. Now down into the kink. Top 3 separated by about a half a second each. They're on an island of their own. Next car back is about 3 seconds behind them. Lap traffic ahead of Giglio. Looks like the 80 of Dennis... Nope, sorry. The 80 of Jamie Graham. I apologize. Check back in on Dennis Menz. He was able to hold on with the older tires. He's still in that 7th spot, so doing a good job maintaining position. The 80 going to give the leaders a lane on the bottom there. Good sportsmanship. Giglio starting to pull a little bit of a gap here. Top 3 wanted Goons right now, the 32. He's pushing hard. He got off into the grass a little bit right there. Now the 81 Orion File. Also going to let the leaders go. That's a teammate right there, so not surprised he let him go. Flag through the hairpin. It's going to be white flag this time if they make it there with no caution. I think they will. I can't see with how spread out everybody is. I can't see us getting a caution for cause right now. And white flag waving. 1 lap to go here at Sonoma. Checkered flag ends it. Off the back rubber of the 16. 32. He's just got to get close enough to make a send in one of these tight corners. I'd say within about 3/10 is well close enough to give him the bumper. And as I say that, he loses a couple tenths. He's got to make it up here in the S's. This is his last shot. He's got to set himself up good for the hairpin. Stays even with the 16. It'd have to be a big send at this point. I can't see him doing that to a teammate. Down into the hairpin for the final time. 32 makes a send down to the inside and doesn't hit the 16. That was close. If Blake didn't have wanted Goons on his cars, I think he was going around. But down to the checkered flag. Blake Giglio going to win here at Sonoma, followed closely by Garrett Wolfmarter and Bradley Wilson. Brian Martin going to take home a 4th. And Hayden Lowell taking home a top 5 after all that. Nick Cooper 6th. Dennis Menz coming across 7th. Garrett Warren with an 8th. AC Graves a little bit farther behind, but he's going to come across 9th. And Ian Matros rounding out our top 10 here at Sonoma. An eye on this hairpin as everybody else finishes. Really exciting end to this Wanted Goons 110. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope you all did as well, but Blake Giglio going to make it around to the front stretch and do his victory burnouts. .56. He's pulling a Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman on him. He pulled up to him as he was doing his burnouts. Big burnout for that 16. Alright, let's toggle. Blake, it's Lucas. Got me?
How's it going?
Hey, man. Well, you were running solidly inside that top 10 to start this race. We get that caution, and things get crazy, and you end up winning stage 2 and maintain that lead for a while there. Walk us through your night, though.
Yeah, we were not the best car tonight. We were probably a 5th place car, I'd say, 5th or 6th, and strategy just kind of went our way. You know, I think that we got the lead there after the big, wreck that they all had, which that really helped me. Feel bad for those guys. Garrett and Bradley, they were probably the 2 fastest cars tonight, so they got into it, got the lead. My tires started fading a little bit. Hayden started catching me. Yellow came out. Hayden stayed out. I pit. And I just had fresh tires. I was faster, I think, the whole stint there. It's so hard to pass here. I felt like I was patient for a pretty long time. That whole last run was, probably 30 laps? So I tried my best there to be patient with him. And, I wasn't hitting him hard by any means. Or not trying to. And that last corner there, I got into him. And I thought he had it saved. And then I think he just kind of gassed it up there. So it is what it is. Good race. Glad we were able to get the win.
Yeah, definitely a good race for you, and I have to agree with you. You were patient for a long time there, and sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I appreciated it for the entertainment factor.
I think the problem was is everyone was stacking up behind me too, right? So if I stop, I'm gonna get ran over, right? So I think that's part of it too. So it sucks. I feel bad for him. He ran a great race, but at the same time, I felt like I did what I had to do and not obviously intentionally wrecked him. I didn't think the hit was that hard. What did the broadcast see?
No, I didn't think he'd go around from it either, but you know how these cars can be.
Yeah, they are. It was snappy. There was a little snappy sometimes. So
snappy
yeah,
chatty.
I'm sorry about it. But snappy chatty, bubble bath, snappy chatty. How you doing? So one of those racing deals, right?
Absolutely, man. Well, got anybody want to
we
shout
won
out
on a
for
road
that?
course, Lucas. That's like
you won on a road course in a next gen
I
car.
won on a
I'm
road
proud
course.
of
you. Thank you. I only took the 2 guys wrecking each other up front, but other than that, take the win. And I want to give a shout out to Goons, OG Gear, you for broadcasting, CTC in general. Happy that we were able to get a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 for the team. So it's gonna look good, and looking forward to next week.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate talking to us. Congrats on the win. See you next week at Michigan.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was Blake Giglio taking home the win tonight here at Sonoma. Get a word with our second place finisher, 32, Garrett Wolfberger. You got us?
Man, what's up?
Man, a great start to the night here at Sonoma for you, but things quickly fell apart with that stupid random yellow, huh? How we feeling?
Right after that yellow, I probably would have thought we were done and I was raging and leaving the race. So to be able to somehow get a podium, let alone second to Blake there, kind of crazy to me. So I am very happy with the result right now.
Yeah, that was a good battle back for you. I think you fell back to the mid-teens after the spin, after that restart, so felt like it was going to be a tough battle for you, but you got back up there pretty quick, and like you said, you had a chance at Blake there at the end. I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm just really happy that second yellow came out. We went back in and got tires. Car had 4 minutes, 50 seconds of optionals. Didn't take a single second of it, and we were still up there battling for the lead, so wish it was me and Bradley, because I think me and him had the 2 fastest cars out there before that yellow came out. I think that would have been a really good battle, but still ended up being really fun there at the end, and good. Glad Blake got the win and won a Goons top 3, so really good second week, even though I thought it was going to be really bad there for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. It was not looking good, but like you said, you battled back. Anybody want to shout out for the second place?
Yeah, I want to thank the whole team, One of Goons, everyone that showed up and raced on the team, all the practices and everything. Appreciate those guys for hosting those and getting us ready for the race. OG Gear, of course, and then you for broadcasting and running the lead and doing all that stuff, and everyone else for showing up. Pretty big field for Sonoma, so glad to have a fun race here and get a top 3 to be talking to you. Hopefully, where are we at next week?
Michigan.
Oh, no, dude. Okay, we can't. Brantley Bryant, okay, he is on his high horse about how he's the Michigan god since he won here. That he won there 2 seasons ago. So we're going to have to settle him down a little bit and figure out what's going to happen next week. If he wins next week, great for him. I will, everything I say, I'll take back. But until then, Nope. Nope. So, hopefully we're talking to you next week.
Yeah, I'll be looking out for that Brantley win next week. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, that Brantley win, and then Brantley for the new Larson style paint tonight. So appreciate him for that.
Oh yeah, look good. All right, that was Garrett Wolfenbarger taking home second. Now we'll get a word with our third place finisher in the 51, Bradley Wilson. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, it was definitely a roller coaster night for you. Got involved in a few incidents. That car looks pretty torn up, but a nice podium finish, battling for the lead at the end with your teammates. How we feeling?
Feeling better. Wish we could have got a few positions better. Would have been really happy, but missed out on Daytona. First race of the season. Just really happy to bring him a podium.
Yeah, definitely podium. It's definitely going to help you in the point situation. And looking forward to next week at Michigan. I heard Brantley's talking that talk. You want to touch on that?
He ain't winning it this time. I can guarantee you that. He stole it from me last time. I'm going to race a little differently this time.
Gosh, man, I'm looking forward to it. Well, you got anybody you want to shout out for the third place tonight?
Gotta shout out one of Goons, OG Gear, picking us up for this season and hopefully for many future seasons. You for putting us on, Wolfie and Blake for running a hell of a race. Brian, too. I know we had a little bit of contact, gave me a little left front damage, but no harm, no foul. Gotta say sorry to Wolfie on that one restart. I got sucked in the draft behind I think it was the 09, put him on the wall, and it caused mayhem. So, gotta apologize to everyone for that. The field for coming out and actually putting on what I felt was a really good race, but it might just be the no cautions for the most part. But it's just everyone that makes this possible. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on the podium. See you next week at Michigan.
Thank you.
That was Bradley Wilson taking home the third place tonight. Now we'll go through our results. Finish out the show tonight. Blake Giglio taking home his first win of the season. Garrett Wolfenbarger taking home second. Bradley Wilson third. Brian Martin fourth. Hayden Lowell rounding out our top five. Then you got Nick Cooper. Strong finish for Nick there. He had a few incidents tonight, so it's good to see him rebound from that. Dennis Benz, he was running up inside the top three for a while there. I think his old tires got him, but he still takes home a nice seventh place. Garrett Warren, another good rebound there for eighth. Casey Graves, just keep them coming. These guys that had a lot of trouble early on, they take home these top tens. Casey there in ninth. Ian Montrose in 10th. The top 10 for that one team after missing first race of the season, unfortunately. Then you got Brantley Bryant taking home 11th. Coming off his win last week, that'll be another good points night for the 52 team. John Neckrich there in 12th. Dolan Walker in 13th. Davis Greenwall in 14th. Cliff Mullins rounding out our top 15. Then you got Brad Patton 16th. Matthew Blackley 17th. Ryan File 18th. Trevor Trago 19th. Brian 11 rounding out our top 20. Then we got Jeremy Scherer 21st. Ronnie Holmes 22nd. Kenny Frisbee 23rd. Jamie Graham 24th. Jacob Peterson 25th. Quinn Newton 26th. Cody Cleaver 27th. Dakota Lee 28th. Mateo Ortiz 29th. Patrick O'Keefe 30th. Toll Owen 31st. Nick Leo 32nd. Michael Christopher 33rd. Daniel Llewellyn 34th. Jesse Jones 35th. Jeff Price 36th. And running out our final finisher 37th. Alex Allen. I think that's going to do it for tonight's show. I'll give a quick points update. After tonight's race, we have the 56 of Hayden Lowell has taken over the points lead at 87 points, with Wolfenbarger and Giglio close behind in second and third. So keep an eye on that points situation as the season goes on. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the Gen 4 series at Richmond Raceway. It'll be a fun time, 110 laps from Richmond, Virginia. So we'll see you then.